Emotional trauma with a prima donna, gasping when she see the commas, laughing to conceal the monsters. I feel like Kanye when he lost his Donda. When my father left me, you were there to heal the pain that conquered. I never pay you back for what that meant to me. Some scars just fade physically, but never leave mentally. It's weird when people spiritually connected turn to enemies, and memories turn to villain origin accessories. And I'm the bad guy yet again. Spent so much time trying to find who the victim is. It's probably both of us, but neither one is giving in. So here we go again, throwing punches at each other's ribs. Gunshots sting like a buckshot. The pain hits deep, it's like my heart becomes a blood clot. Love dots, you're unblocked. Just to get this message, hope you get it on your bus stop. And then the bus crash, your true intentions unmasked. It should have been a fairy tale ending, but you uncast. I know it hurts bad, but you know you deserve that. We'll never have the life we once had. Hey. Emotional trauma with a prima donna. Hey, yeah. Emotional trauma with you. I got my problems with you, but I can never get away. I wish my brain had a hard drive that I could reset. Wish I made the right decisions, but it's hard to reject. Moving on, but you got me on both sides of the fence. Left your mark forever, that's without a scar on the flesh. Wish that I was sick and didn't hit the bar when we met, and spent my money time with you just to be in this debt. See you happy somewhere else while I've been filled with regret. Try to find someone to blame, but it's just cause and effect. Hey. I thought that was the truth, cause nothing lasts forever, that's except for me and you. Young and unaware of all the shit that we would do. Try to make it out alive, but didn't make it through. Your parents probably hate me, but my mom still always asks if we're getting back together, even though it ended bad. Forward thinking, haunted by the habits of my past. Precious moments with you, girl, you even met my dad. And any girl after you won't ever have the pleasure. So I guess it's part of why it's hard for me to ease the pressure. So many years, so many times I can't remember. Fear I'll lose them all forever. Hey. Yeah. Emotional trauma with a prima donna. Yeah. Emotional trauma with you. I got my problems with you, but I can never get away. I can never get away. So I can never get away. So I can never get away. Trauma with a prima donna, gasping when she see the commas, laughing to conceal the monsters. I feel like Kanye when he lost his Donda. When my father left me, you were there to heal the pain that conquered. I never pay you back for you. Your true intentions unmasked. It should have been a fairy tale ending, but you uncast. I know it hurts bad, but you know you deserve that. We'll never have the life we once had. Hey. Emotional trauma with a prima donna. Hey, yeah. Emotional trauma with you. I got my problems with you, but I can never get away. I wish my brain had a hard drive that I could reset. Wish I made the right decisions, but it's hard to reject. Moving on. To make it, still always ask if we're getting back together, even though it ended bad. Forward thinking, haunted by the habits of my past. Precious moments with you, girl, you even met my dad. And any girl after you won't ever have the pleasure. So I guess it's part of why it's hard for me to ease the pressure. So many years, so many times I can't remember. Fear I'll lose them all forever. Hey, yeah. Emotional trauma with a prima donna. Yeah. Emotional trauma with you. I got my problems with you, but I can never get away. I can never get away. I can never get away. I can never get away.
너의 중요하다는 words It's for you It's all for you 가만히 있으면 안 되는 걸까 왜 그런 거야 I'm okay just the way I am I'm okay with what I do 지금이 들어도 상관없는 이 끝이 없는 조언들 너만 한 necessity 고맙지만 고맙지 않은데 You know I don't want to know I don't want no more no more I don't want to know Gotta get up now. Gotta get up now. I don't have to know. Gotta get up now. Get up, yeah. Everybody says 나의 꿈을 찾아. Right here, right now. Yeah, yeah, yeah. 너를 찾으면 안 되는 걸까 왜 그런 거야 I'm okay just the way I am I'm okay with what I do
We are live. Durban Streets, what's poppin'?
The favorite morning crew
on the Vooka.
breakfast show.
What's up, fam? You chilling with your boy KwaMaiMai, aka Max for maximum temperature. I am the son of Mother Nature. Let's go.
Famous Naomi P. Umkabayi, Gamakosazana.
Hang on with myself, the one and only MOOC.
And 13 minutes past 8. It is your time, and you're watching the Vooka Breakfast Show. Your energetic start to the day, accompanied by a daily dose of positivity. So I'm getting a little bit of echo right here. And no, it's not. It has to be my sound. But yeah, I just hope that people who are listening right now are getting clear sound. It's only on our side. So we are going to try to make sure that we are not getting echo. So, okay, can you please, I want the Nobia mix, put it on the middle. How about now? Yes.
Yeah, that's okay now.
Happy. Okay. I think we are good.
Yeah, there's no echo now.
I mean, there is a little bit. No. So those are the phones. I'm getting echo. Apologies. Beautiful people. These things, they do happen in the morning. Okay. Yeah, I think it's okay right now. Yeah. That's better. That's much better. If you are listening right now and maybe you are having troubles hearing us, please let us know on YouTube. Type down below in the comment section and say, guys, we can't hear you properly and we are struggling to get, a proper sound from you. But as mentioned, it's a very good Friday right here. Friday mode is about to be activated. Hope that we're going to be together throughout the hour. 10 o'clock, right? That's what we do. It is your energetic start to your day, accompanied by a daily dose of positivity. You know that we connect on all social media platforms. We have Vooka Breakfast Show. Right now, we are live on YouTube. We are also live on Underground Radio. You can simply download the app on App Store and Play Store, both on iOS and Android. You know that we have so much to unpack with you. The WhatsApp line is also open for calls and for voice notes. 060-493-3226. That's the number that you need to dial us on. We want to hear your view because it's going to be a very interesting show today. I can't wait, of course, to hang out with you. Some of the comments, of course, I see they are coming through right there. Yours, Neliswa, came through, say, happy Friday, Vooka Nation, Sivugile. Happy Friday to DBN Underground Radio. Hashtag Vooka Nation, hashtag Vooka Breakfast Show. Thank you so much and a very happy good morning to you, Nelly. And then Z came through, say, a very good morning, Vooka Nation Underground Radio DBN and the amazing team. Happy Friday, Tina Sivugile, and feeling blessed. Hashtag Vooka Breakfast Show. Hope you are all keeping well. I'm happy cause thanks God it's Friday. Mode activated and excited for the weekend. That's what I'm talking about. Preparation of the weekend. This is how we kickstart our beautiful weekend. You can share with us what are your plans for the weekend so that maybe we can find ourselves, having a great weekend with you. So let us engage on all social media platforms. Of course, kicking this morning with some beautiful things that we have for you, and I think this is going to be just making sure that you go out and explore what other places have to offer out there with our picture of the day. But it's something that you're going to be getting into shortly. But before I do that, you know that I'm not always rolling alone. I'm with the best team in the building each and every morning, and they are here with me. A very good morning to you guys. How are you doing?
Hey, good morning, Mo, and good morning to the Vooka Nation. I'm feeling okay, except for my sinuses. They're literally just driving me up the wall. But besides that, it's a beautiful Friday. It's time for people to go out, have fun, on a chomiki weekend. But obviously, make sure that you have safe fun out there.
Yep, that's how we prepare ourselves for the weekend ahead of us. But of course, there is a lot of things, as mentioned, that we need to unpack. But yeah, how's it going, my brother?
It's going, Clary. It's going, Chief. It's going. Good morning. How's it going? Make sure but KK will take care of that. But yeah, man, it's going. And absolutely, thank God it is a Friday. We were talking last night with a couple of friends of mine.
Yeah.
And one was saying, you remember Mem Tao?
Yeah.
Remember Mem Tao,
Okay,
right?
yeah.
Mem Tao was saying that Mondays are her favorite day of
Mondays,
the week.
exactly.
All right? No.
Yes. That's what I was
And
telling
I'm
my
saying Mondays are the worst days of the week, guys. Mondays are the worst days of the week. And I was on the opposite side and I was telling them that I love Fridays. I love Fridays because it's the end of the week and we look forward to hanging out,
Overrated.
cult way, operate, maneuver, things of that nature. And so, yeah, I'm excited. I'm happy that it's a Friday morning, the 20th of March 2026. And you're wondering what's happening here? Why are these people live talking about days and weathers and all of these things? Look, this is where radio meets TV, only and exclusively on the Vooka Breakfast Show, brought to you by the Blinko Network. Always spending some great quality time with myself, the one and only MOOCEE, Mr. My name is Moocee, Mr. And I'm so excited, like I just mentioned. I'm happy to be in your presence and in your company this lovely Friday morning, 19 minutes, just 20 minutes after the hour 8 o'clock on a Friday morning, and you hang out with us right here. Look, you perhaps are wondering how you and I and the rest of the team can get in touch with each other. This is by you using the hashtag Vooka Breakfast Show. So that's Vooka Breakfast Show on Facebook and all other social media platforms. It needs not end there. It also continues on our WhatsApp line. Dial the number 060-493-3226. That's 060-493-3226. I want you to comment, to like, to subscribe, and do the things that are necessary to be done so that you and I and Afriberry and Mr. Mo and of course KK there behind the camera on the technical side can share our thoughts, our opinions, and everything else in between. I can't wait to hear from you. What do you have planned for this coming weekend? Mo mentioned that we have so much to unpack for you, and one of those things are questions and answers. You're perhaps wondering, what are you talking about, Moocee? Stay tuned. I promise you all the conversations and the topics that we're going to have this morning are going to be very, very, very fulfilling ones that pertain to both you and I. We've been through this before, and I can't wait to find out what your perspective is. Yes, sir.
Yeah, so just before we get deep into that, you know that we always give you updates in terms of what is going on all around the world, whether it's markets and weather update. It's 20 minutes past 8. What we're going to do is to take a short break, and then we'll come back. We'll give you your news headlines and sports headlines. So don't go anywhere and don't switch the dial.
Back to music on the underground.
We're not about the hashtags and the likes.
We about good music.
Brothers and sisters, check this out.
High definition radio. The underground.
Shall we proceed? Yo, check this out.
Durban Streets, what's poppin'?
It's the Vooka.
Vooga.
Breakfast Show.
Monday to Friday.
Look, I just been keeping my poise. Made by the million, but still unemployed. They text me about green, but not on Android. She not my shawty, she filling the void. I make the sounds that cut through the noise. He think he a man, but he chillin' with boys. Put down the liquor, start drinking LaCroix. The pain wasn't choice, but now I rejoice. My uncle had told me that I was the one. I played the shit smart, now my bragging and dumb. Lil' shawty had hit me, said she wanna come. Her dresses is black, but she not a nun. I'm so Pasadena, cause that's where I'm from. Some bangers, some hoes, some niggas with guns. They scheming for riches, they playing it numb. I'm second, I wins cause I'm second to none. Nickel, look, what the fuck you think I do it for? Do it for, hey, looking in the mirror, you the go, hey, I've been out here grinding 24, so nigga in the mirror, you the go, hey, what the fuck you think I do it for, hey, looking in the mirror, you the go, hey, I've been out here grinding 24, so nigga in the mirror, you the go, I ain't had to get snooze in a minute, got the bag then I took it independent, Model 3 you know it's not rented, authentic every vibe is a minute, fresh J's now we jumping out the ceiling, tough times made a diamond out of feelings, all facts they can question what I'm dealing, fuck a house we my focus on the building, just some love and now I'm feeling been so prolific. Hustle loud, most you niggas don't get it. Seen the highs and the lows, it's terrific. It's a job to hate, that's why I love the critics. Self-made, I ain't gotta ask permission. Turn my pain into fire, no ignition. Only when the money talk, when I listen. I put the city on my back and niggas dissing, huh? Look, what the fuck you think I do it for? Do it for? Hey, looking in the mirror, you the GOAT, you the GOAT. Hey, I've been out here grinding 24. So nigga in the mirror, you the GOAT, you the GOAT. Hey, what the fuck you think I do it for? Do it for? Hey, looking in the mirror, you the GOAT, you the GOAT. Hey, I've been out here grinding 24. So nigga in the mirror, you the GOAT, you the GOAT.
put you on trial. I was just a young child. Gave you 25 to life, all these years gone by. And you never asked why. All you did was pray to God, all you did was wait your time. Now you about to come home, and I'm about to have a child. It's gonna be worthwhile. It's gonna be worthwhile. Remember nights I cried, now we at the finish line. You was only 21 with a son on the run, no. You was living in the jungle. Got charged for a murder and some weed and a gun, no. You was moving like Rumbo. Did your time like a champ, never rumble. You was on the wrong path, you was young, though. You ain't never let it break you, stay humble. We see the light at the end of the tunnel. I see the fire and the pain in my mama's eyes. I was just a little boy, I always wondered why. Cause you couldn't help raise me by your side.
It is exactly 27 minutes past the 8, and you're still watching the Vooka Breakfast Show. It is your energetic start to your day, accompanied by a daily dose of positivity. As promised before the break, let us give you your latest news headlines making headlines this morning. Starting off with your first headline, Action SA's Kolofelo Morodi suspended over tender manipulation claims. Action SA Kolofelo Morodi has been suspended following allegation of tender manipulation linked to the Matlanga Commission. Tshwane Mayor Nasipi Moya confirmed the suspension, saying it was necessary to protect the integrity of the investigation. Morodi, who serves as the MMC for Corporate and Shared Services, is accused of allegedly sharing internal tender information with individuals implicated in corruption. The allegations surfaced during the testimony at the Madlanga Commission, which is probing corruption and political interference in the state procurement. Morodi has not been criminally charged at this stage. On your next news headline, fire at Sebokeng Hospital forces evacuation of psychiatric patients. More than 30 patients were evacuated after a fire broke out at Sebokeng Hospital in Gauteng on Thursday afternoon. The fire started in a psychiatric holding room inside the hospital casualty unit. Health officials say the blaze was quickly contained and no injuries or deaths were reported. Emergency services responded swiftly and patients were moved to safety as a precaution. The Gauteng Department of Health has confirmed that hospital services were not severely disrupted and an investigation is underway to determine the exact cause of the fire. On your last news headline, the Pentagon says Iran wars has no end date. The Pentagon says there is no set timeline for ending the U.S.-Israel war against Iran. U.S. Defense Secretary Peter Hegseth told reporters that the conflict will continue until its military objectives are achieved, and that President Donald Trump will decide operation to stop. The fighting, now several weeks old, has seen increased U.S. military involvement alongside Israel. Officials say they do not want to rush the campaign despite growing international concerns over civilians' casualties and risk of the war spreading across the region. That's all for your news headline. Now heading over to your sports news, starting off with rugby news. Kolisi hits a 50. A Sharks reshuffle for Munster clash. Siya Kolisi will end his 50th cap for the Sharks when they face Munster in a heated United Rugby Championship clash at Kings Park. Head coach JP Peterson has made changes to the team as the Sharks looks to bounce back. There is also a major milestone for Makazole Mampimpi, who will make his 100th appearance for the Durban side. With a reshuffled lineup and old rivalries in the play, the stage is set for a high-intensity encounter against the Irish Giants. On rugby women's news, Box Women's Sevens eye promotion in a must-win Uruguay league. The Springboks Women's Sevens head into a crucial weekend in Montevideo, Uruguay, determined to keep their promotion hopes alive in the SVNS2 series. With only 3 tournaments in the competition, every result now matters. South Africa currently sits second on the standings after finishing behind Argentina in the opening round in Kenya. A strong showing in Uruguay could move them closer to a top 4 finish and keep them firmly in the race for promotion. The pressure is on as the season reaches a decisive stage. Now heading over to your sports news. On the football news, Bruce calls for Bafana identity reset ahead of the Panama test. Bafana coach Hugo Bruce has called for a return to the team's core identity ahead of the upcoming friendly matches against Panama. Speaking after naming his squad, Bruce stressed the need for discipline, unity, and the right mentality, saying these values were missing during the team's recent AFCON disappointment. He described the Panama games as an important test to assess players and restore standards as Bafana go through a transition phase. Bruce also made it clear that commitment and accountability will now be non-negotiable in the national team setup. That's all we have for you right now. Stay tuned for more sports and news updates throughout the show. Don't forget to share your thoughts on these headlines with us on social media using the hashtag Vooka Breakfast Show, or send us your voice note on 0604933226. Now we're going to take a short break and then we're going to come back and let you know what is taking place in your roads with your latest traffic update and give you your latest weather update. So don't move. We'll be back shortly.
You right next to me. Moji mulena vanemia ila. Vanemia ila. Ewe muleji. Mami venaki. Moji mulena vanemia ila. Vanemia ila. Loving your vibe, girl. That energy got me going. So vibrant, keys to your heart, baby girl. Ewe muleji, you right next to me. Moji mulena vanemia ila, vanemia ila. Ewe muleji, mami venaki.
Now let's get you nice and safe with the traffic update here on the road. Starting off with your Gauteng traffic, roadworks on the N17 eastbound at the Rondebolt Road. Shoulder lane is closed. You can also expect roadworks on the R21 northbound at Olifantsteen Road. There were 3 out of 6 lanes are closed. There's a stationary vehicle on the N3 northbound at the Gulelis. 1 lane is closed out of the 4. Heading over to your KZN traffic, there's also roadworks on the N3 south before St. James Avenue off-ramp is closed. Drive carefully. Roadworks on the N3 south before, roadworks on the N3 north after ramp to Stockville Road to the ramp from Cotteridge, Oasis. There's also roadworks there. Please also do drive carefully. Now let's head over to your weather update. Johannesburg is standing at 16 degrees Celsius with an overcast of clouds. Cape Town is standing at 17 degrees Celsius with scattered clouds. Durban is at 22 degrees Celsius with clear skies. Pretoria is at 19 degrees Celsius with few clouds. Bloemfontein is standing at 14 degrees Celsius with clear skies. Soweto at 17 degrees Celsius with broken clouds. Khayelitsha at 16 degrees Celsius with light rain. Heading over to your markets, the US dollar is standing at 17 Rand 7 cents. The Great British Pound is standing at 22 Rand 70 cents. The Euro is standing at 19 Rand 61 cents. The Japanese Yang is standing at 11 cents. Australian dollar is at 11 Rand 96 cents. The Chinese yuan is standing at 2 Rand 47 cents. Your gold will cost you 79,500, and then your Brent crude oil will cost you 1,800. Bitcoin will cost you 1,170,000 Rand for you to purchase.
Very interesting. That's all of the updates that we have for you on this beautiful Friday morning. We will come back next week, of course, Monday, with all of the latest when it comes to your market and your weather update. As of right now, we're getting deep into the conversations that we have introduced before we went to the break. And I've heard that you mentioned we're talking about questions. What questions?
We are talking about the conversations. I love these. I love conversations that, promote or they probe.
They probe,
right?
For compelling.
For absolutely. That's what we do on the Vooka Breakfast Show, man. But they probe you, and they take a jab at you, and they cause you to take a second and step back and think for a while, man, before you just jump into it. And man, this morning we want to dive into questions and answers. A very interesting conversation, at least I think so, in my very humble worth of an opinion. Do we learn more about people from the questions they ask or the answers that they give?
Oh, interesting.
Do we learn more about people from the questions that they ask or the answers that they give? Very interesting, I think.
It is.
If you're asking me. Think about it. All the engagements that you have in your life, right? From family to friends to colleagues to random strangers on the street. What do you think gives you more information about people? The things that they ask when you engage them, or how they answer, or what their answers are?
Very interesting, because when I do some introspection in this whole thing, each and every day, there are questions that I ask and there are answers that I give each and every day, right? So as of recent, the person that I am having a back and forth with when it comes to question and answers, it's a matter of, okay, I am looking at how they are facing those questions. And I'm looking at how I am responding to those questions, because trust me, whenever it comes to answering, there's a way that I expect people, or the way I ask questions, there's a way I expect people to answer. Right? So, honestly, for me, it's all in the answers. Like, I'm talking about my recent experience right now. Like, I'm knowing this person based on their answers, because their questions are not phrased in a manner of, I kind of see where you're going. I understand the type of person you are. It's just those one-liner question, and then I will get a whole, answer that is based on different, aspects of how they went through. So I would say answers.
You learn from.
I learned.
Did
the
that
person
answer
from the
inform
answer.
you anyhow?
Yeah.
Konje gave
yeah.
that answer early.
Which one?
The spelling one. Konje, the pronunciation of the word. When she mistakenly
indoctrination. I mean, exactly.
So did you learn something about her?
Exactly. You know,
indoctrination.
Yeah. The lines are there.
Yeah. It says a lot. It says a lot, right? Because I mean, think of it this way. When we're trying to check the vibe, right? We've all been there. A first date, there's a job interview, or even just meeting new neighbors. You're listening to them talk. But what we're actually paying attention to is, are you waiting for their answers or to see if they are honest, right? And are you looking at the questions they ask to see what they actually care about? Because that also informs. And I think that's sort of the beauty of life, you know, because we're so different as individuals and characters, and we have different attributions. And I think that's the beauty of life, guys. I think if we were all the same, like we were... Like life would be slightly boring, man.
Yeah.
Like imagine if we were all rich, like it wouldn't make sense. You know, so those are some of the things that we're trying to get into this morning. They ask to see what they actually care about. Today, we're asking if you want to know the real main character sitting across from you. Do you look at the map they're holding, which is their questions, or the footprints they've left behind, which is their answers, right? So think of this way. You meet someone new, and all they do is ask you about your salary, your car, or your connections, right? They haven't given a single answer yet, but you have already felt like you know exactly who they are. In 2026, communication experts call this inquiry identity. They call this inquiry identity. And also a 2025 study on dialogue patterns found that people who ask high gain questions, the kind that people for feelings and why, are perceived as 40% more empathetic, which is crazy. Crazy. Questions reveal your intent, what you're hungry for, while answers reveal your character, what you're made of. So one shows where you're going and the other shows where you have been.
Yes, I don't want to go through what I've went through.
Okay.
So please, who are your exes? Who did you date? And what is your past employment status, right? Where were you employed before? Because for me, I take serious, you know, where someone has ever been employed before.
Okay.
Because it speaks about the person that you are.
Okay.
Or maybe the field that you are in. It's like, okay, you are a doctor. What do you do? Oh, well, I work in theater. You know, I do surgeries. It's like, already by you saying those kind of answers, it has given me, you know, a little bit of the person that you are. I mean, we are not judging you based on, you know, the employment status that we currently have. You know? Yeah. So for people who have been had, you know, or for people who have been insecure, if they go and want a job, a lot of them, they will tell you that, you know what, Mfetu, the current working place that I worked in, it was toxic. So I want to know some of these, you know, I want to have these answers to me so that I know what I'm working on. But for someone who's never been in a toxic, they are looking for growth. You know, they're asking questions that has to do with growth, to say, okay, where's the company going? Instead of the interviewers asking me, you know, where do I see myself in 5 years? I ask them, okay, I want to know where's the company heading in the next 5 years, right? So I think it differs. It differs because I like it when they say some other questions, they show where you have been.
Yes. Yeah, man, no, definitely. You know, what you ask does reveal a bit of what you've been through. And I also concur with that statement. And I think it differs, you know, from conversation to conversation. I mean, I had a similar experience not so long ago, you know, and you could hear, man, Moocee man, in the sense that I was referencing things that they didn't know. You understand?
Yeah.
And it gave them a bit insight on who I am and where I've been and some of the experiences I've gone through.
Yeah.
And this lady was like, "Hey, when I'm Moocee out champies, but and it was funny for me. And I took a step back and I was like, okay, maybe I should stop revealing so much about myself.
Yeah.
You know, because you do
sometimes you're not aware.
Unconsciously reveal about yourself, you know. But now at the same time as I'm revealing myself or a piece of myself, I think about them or I was listening to their responses. I'm like, okay, yeah, I can hear Khoreyako guys. So you also have a better understanding as to where to direct the conversation.
Yeah.
You won't understand. Because now I've heard you, okay, when that means I have to engage you on a certain level, you know, because get like expectation, and now it's like, I'm not in a spectrum, you know, type of thing. So it's very, 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 very interesting, man. But there is the safe answer versus the dangerous question. Answers can be rehearsed. We all have our standard answers for how are you or what do you do? You know, like Mo mentioned, answers are often the borrowed dreams we tell the world to look good. On the other hand, questions are harder to fake. They expose our fears, our insecurities, and our priorities. They carry the weight of truth, but questions carry the weight of curiosity, right? The contrast is sharp. Does a person's truth, which is the answer, tell the deeper story than their search, which is the question? Are we defined by what we know or what we are desperate to find out?
I mean, it can go a lot of ways, because when it comes to curiosity, most of the questions some of us ask, we ask them so that they suit our needs. You know, I want you to give me the answers that are going to make me feel safe at the end of the day, right? As much as you have been through things, but the way I phrase my questions, like I'm bringing you, I'm here, like stick with me, Charlie. I'm here with you. So I need the answers that are going to make me feel safe, right? Because, as it says that the weight of curiosity and we can't fake questions. You can't.
If you don't have substance, you don't have substance.
You can't fake a question.
We cannot at all, man. At all.
I mean, with answers, yes, you can spend your time, you know, thinking about finding the right weight. I mean, right now with the, you know, the medium of communication, you know that we have our phones now. Someone can literally take their time to give you the perfect answer.
Definitely.
For, right? But when you are with them, you know, person in contact, you find out that they're not giving you the answers the way they're supposed to.
The way they wrote them.
The way they wrote them.
And it's like, wait, was someone answering for you when you and I were talking over the phone?
Or maybe they just prompted the answer on AI.
You know,
which is possible as well.
I feel like where I'm at right now, like I just need deeper stories about you, you know, because for me, it makes me feel closer. It makes me, you know,
but do you give deeper stories about yourself?
I don't, you know. Funny enough.
Why would you want me to be vulnerable and deep?
I think I'm used to people. I'm used to listening to people more than people listening to me.
Okay.
So I've been taught and I've been wired and conditioned to receive more than me giving, you know, personal deep stories. Because I think a lot of people have said, like, I don't know why am I sharing a lot of things with you? I mean, maybe it's how I am, and it's the energy that I feed the room or the person.
Sure.
Because for me, I'm going to take it, and not based on ego. Now I'm a more listener than, you know, someone who tells people about my deep stories.
Sure.
But I think it's more learning. As much as people are sharing with me, it also teaches me to also open up and tell them about my deep stories.
Sure.
Yeah.
I hear you. It's an intriguing one, I think. I'm slightly leaning on the answers. You know. I think we're slightly different, you and I, in the sense that I ask questions not expecting a certain answer, but I want to hear what you're going to say. But also, more importantly for me, and I always say this, I want to hear how you're going to respond. Do you get what I'm trying to say? As opposed to what you're going to say in your response, I want to hear how. How. That informs me a whole lot. We could be talking about like the most insignificant of topics.
Yeah.
Like just stupid, something that has no bearing in our lives.
You want to know
whatsoever.
how the person is.
I listen, and you know what I listen for as well?
Yeah.
I listen to what you don't say. I really listen to what you don't say. The thing that you think you're not telling me, I listen, I'm hearing it.
You read in between the lines.
I'm hearing it. I'm hearing it completely.
Yeah.
You know, type of thing. How? I'm capable of that Jay-Z money.
Yeah, and you know, a lot of us, just like me, I think I have discovered that I hide a lot of things, and the people who find out by my facial expression, that the way on Chebile or the way you're reacting to something.
Talk to me. It's gonna burn you. You know what I used to say? I haven't said it in a while, but I mean, this was growing up. It's gonna burn you. I'm gonna be gone. Like, say it now. Say it now or forever hold your peace, you know, type of thing. So I really listen for what you do say, but how you say it, but also what you don't say more. So answers for me reveal slightly a bit more. They reveal slightly a bit more. Because if I'm going to ask you a question and we're engaging or going back and forth, it informs me as to, firstly, what your relationship and mine is going to look like moving forward, whether it's a social one or in a professional setting and we're at work, or whether we are neighbors, or whether you and I have a friend in common, you know, type of thing. It's going to inform how you and I are going to move forward. And then secondly, after informing how I'm going to move forward with our relationship, it also informs the level of engagement I'm going to give you. Do you get what I'm trying to say? And it's not a thing of khunyatsa. I'm not looking down on you, but like if you're gonna give me engagement that's like subpar, or at least that I personally feel is subpar, then I can't necessarily be taking so much effort to engage you. You know, we can have like small talk. Hey, weather, pula, and then we move on. You know, because. I'm not getting substance from our engagements. And I'm not expecting it. When you said you expect a certain answer, I don't expect a certain answer. I want you to be you and be authentic and truthful to truthful to who you are, right? But outside of that, man, I think answers really reveal slightly a bit more than
the questions, right?
For me. Afriberry?
For me, it also has to be answers, because I can ask you a certain type of question, but the way you answer says a lot. It'll be in basically your facial expression when you answer the question. Where do your eyes go? Number one, it could be a simple question, but then how long it takes you to answer the question also says a lot. So at that moment, you're thinking about, you know what, let me not answer this question in this way. Let me just say that answer instead. So it also has a lot to do with how you answer it, and then your facial expressions. Where do your eyes go when you look at everything? How do you react when I ask your question? Do you become defensive when giving out an answer, or you treat it as an offense even if it's not? So the answers are for me are what basically highlights everything for me. Questions, I'm not one to even ask questions a lot. I like answering. I barely know what question to even ask.
Answers give you like an outline, you know, of what you want or how is the. Before we get into the perspective and find out which camp do I fall in, I know that each and every day I'm learning, right? I'm not a perfect human being. I know I make mistakes. Each and every time people do tell me that, you know, the way I've communicated something and the way I expect them to answer. Because I've had a person telling me, and like, did you expect me to answer this question? That's a lie. And I was like, yeah, because you can see how I phrase the question. You know, now you learn about the ways of communication and how people, you know, answer based on what they understand. So with answers, I've also learned, and I'm still learning, that once I get something that's off, I've seen, or I'm also a selective person.
I was about to say.
Yeah, you know, when I see a paragraph, it can be a paragraph with 120 words. But once I see something that is off, Now I'm not going to read the whole thing with how it was given to me.
Sure.
And it's a huge problem. But let's get into perspectives.
Definitely. Some of the perspectives, and the stances that people take are very interesting. We have the inquisitor, which is the person who focuses on the questions, right? And this person says, it tells me everything. They believe you learn more by what someone is curious about.
Ooh.
To them, a good question is a key to the soul.
A good question is
And I can understand that. I see why there would be people who slightly lean on the question side.
questions.
I absolutely see it. I understand. Because sometimes, hey man, you find people who are so good at asking questions. You meet that person and you're chilling and you're just engaging and you're talking back and forth. And they just ask you the most interesting questions. Moocee, why do you...
Yeah.
Why were you calling me like that? I don't know. It's just, it's the how. Yeah, what like about me? It's a how. Get a how. Like about me. But I absolutely get what you're saying.
Yeah.
Like, and I find it fascinating when I meet those kinds of people. And I'm biased right now, but the reason I find it intriguing and fascinating is because it pros me.
Yeah.
I'm a talker. I love talking, and I love engaging. Like I get excited when I meet someone who meets my level of engagement
on the highest level.
And it's I'm at home. Understand? And so and they'll ask you questions, and like you have to sit back for a second and be like,
ooh,
oh man,
In Twitch,
you won't understand. But then you sit there for a second and you actually have to think and go into your brain.
Yeah.
And I love that. I think I on a very, very, very low scale, Mr. Mo, I'm a, what do you call those people? Sapiosexual. But very, like small dose, like a pinch. But yeah, like, because in engaging for me informs me, it informs, even before taking your number or before exchanging social media platforms and whatever, like from
engage.
And that's why I love Someone Music Jam, man, because sometimes you meet very interesting individuals there and you just sit there and you like talk with this person and it's like, wow.
Yeah.
You always expect the unexpected at SMJ. You never know who you're going to run into.
You're interesting, man. Like, but then there's also the open book, and this person focuses on the answers. This is me now.
Okay.
I'll tell you the truth. This person believes that character is revealed through stance and conviction. They value clarity over curiosity. This is absolutely me. Completely through and through. Be clear with me. Even if I'm not the one who's asking you the thing, if we're in a setting and we're talking amongst ourselves, when something is directed to you, how you respond tells me everything.
Yep.
Like, don't beat around the bush, man. You know what, Mr. Mo? This happened, and this is how I found myself at that place. Do you get what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
This thing of saying, when you take this phone and then you put it next to the iPad like this, I can, sometimes I put the charger here and then they're together, but sometimes there's no electricity, and so
get to the point.
Take a stance. Take a stance. Have conviction in in the things that you say. Well, understand? Don't those kinds of people who crumble under pressure. When there's 10 people against them and then they change their stance and Mara, maybe adding sugar on Inkomazi is not so bad. Hey, I'm standing on it. You don't add sugar on Inkomazi. I don't care if there's a million of you against me. I'm standing on it. And so I have a challenge when people are not convicted.
Yeah.
Or don't have conviction in their stances. Like, take a stance and stand on it. Well, understand that.
That's what you believe.
It spills into the thing that I like saying, that generalizing is a very dangerous game for me. Well, understand that, because the people who lack that, in more than most cases, slightly lean on the generalizing side of things and say, umphakathi uthi. Abantu bathi. The society says amajita ati.
That's how things are.
That's okay, things are like that, but what are you like? What do you say? So this is absolutely me, the open book. And then the last one, we have the Vooka connector. This is the dynamic too, and this person says, or these people say, that they know that a question opens the door, but the answer is the person who walks through it.
Yeah.
They value the flow
of the conversation more than anything, right? Because there's something I've learned a lot of people when engaging with, women in general, guys, right? Not every guy. They would find themselves that they rush for sexual intercourse rather than having a mental intercourse with someone. Engage the person, ask questions.
Find out who this person is.
Yeah. I mean, if there are women who are coming out, even guys, they're like, yo, guys, like this person is not asking me questions. And that is making me to worry, okay, what do you want?
It's turning me off about them,
if you're not asking me questions, then what do you want? You're just there in my contact or
It kind of also goes back to what Moocee just said, taking a stance. Sometimes because you're not being straightforward, it leads the conversation to die down very easily. And it becomes boring and people lose interest super fast, especially if the conversation is also not engaging, intriguing, or challenges a person at the same time. So it's for some people it's not easy, it's very tricky.
There are a lot of assumptions also, in terms of maybe this person is not going to like what I'm going to ask them on how they're going to answer. I mean, put assumption aside, just ask. Because when you ask, you're going to find out this person is not for you, then as simple as that.
Definitely, man. Definitely. So the thing is that at its core, every conversation is a dual track recording. The questions are the unwritten rules of what someone values, right? But if they ask about your family, they value connection. If they ask about your status, they value power. The answers are the ground they stand on, their courage, their vulnerability, and their sequential consistency. The value isn't in picking one. It's in realizing that a person who asks no questions is uninterested. And a person who gives no answers is untrustworthy. I'm not sure about this one.
Let's leave it.
No, man.
Guys, I've met someone who's like that. Like when you ask them questions like, yo, like what do you mean, because we don't know each other right now. And I'm asking you questions. If you feel like I'm not asking the right questions, that let me know and find someone who's going to ask you the right.
Or sometimes if they feel like they're not in the mood of engaging, then they should just say, let's
save this conversation for next time.
No, man.
It's not on, man.
Yeah, it's not.
It's not. So we're opening the lines, guys. The number to dial is 060-493-3226. Think about the best conversation that you have ever had. Was it because of the answers you got, or because the person asked you the perfect question?
Yeah.
Be honest. Have you ever judged someone purely by the question they ask? Like that one person who asks, so what do you have for me? Or wait, what do you bring to the table?
So when do you do girlfriend allowance?
Or so you've told me everything already.
That's extreme.
But before they even say hello, call us and let's talk about it. The number to dial, like I just mentioned, is 060-493-3226. That's 060-493-3226. I'd love to find out from you. Are you a question or an answer person? Do you value giving questions or being asked the questions? Or do you slightly lean on the side of listening to the answers that a person gives you and the answers that you give the next person? Yeah. After the break, we're going to be getting into all things that have occurred in history and even more. I have a very interesting hot take, I think, at least. And so I'm going to give you that after the break. 1 minute after the hour, 9 o'clock. Let's quickly go rehydrate, pay our bills, and we see each other after this.
Living for weekends, wishing I could take a break from this world. Running on a hamster wheel, but searching for something I can't feel. I just wanna be a lost girl and fly. Take a breath, feel my wings spread, levitate above the ground and make eye contact with clouds. Now I'm rising, I'm soaring above it all. I just wanna be free, finally. I wanna be free, I wanna be free, finally. I wanna putting back the pieces of my mind. I know how to run from the dark and fly. Take a breath, feel my wings spread, levitate into the clouds. I'm so high above the ground. I'm rising. I'm soaring above it. It all. I just wanna be free. Finally, I wanna be free. I wanna be free. Finally, I wanna be free. Finally, higher to a bird. You, I'm rising. I'm soaring above it. It all. I just wanna be free. I wanna be free. I wanna be free. I wanna be free. Living for weekends, wishing I could take a break from this world. Running on a hamster wheel, but searching for something I can't feel. I just wanna be a lost girl and fly. Take a breath, feel my wings spread, levitate above the ground and make eye contact with clouds. Now I'm rising, I'm soaring above it. It all. I just wanna be free. Finally, I wanna be free. I wanna be free. Finally, I wanna be free. Finally, I always daydreaming, never imagined I lose my spark. Living in this crazy time, putting back the pieces of my mind. I know how to run from the dark and fly. Take a breath, feel my wings spread, levitate into the clouds. I'm so high above the ground. I'm rising. I'm soaring above it. It all. I just wanna be free. Finally, I wanna be free. I wanna be free. I wanna be free.
It is 6 minutes past 9, giving you the great sounds of King Sis, song titled Wanna Be Free. You're still with us right here on the Vooka Breakfast Show. Your energetic start to your day, accompanied by that daily dose of positivity. Good morning. If you have just joined us, it is a very beautiful Friday morning right here and enjoying episode number 240 with you. Some of the comments came through right there. Mr. Lee coming through saying, hashtag happy 240 episodes. Let's go. A very good morning, Vooka team, Vooka Nation, and Underground Radio DB, and hashtag Vooka Breakfast Show. Hashtag happy blessed Friday team. Stay safe and take care of yourself. Thank you so much for those profound words. We promise to stay safe and to take care of ourselves. I mean, it's the beginning of the weekend now. A lot of things are going to take place, and we are coming with highlights of how our weekend is going to look like. I hope that you're also going to have a great weekend ahead of you. And come back with the highlights Monday morning because that's what we do. We do a recap of how your weekend was. So go all out and enjoy your weekend. With that being said, before the break, we spoke about things that were very interesting and, of course, a discussion that included if we learn more about people from the question they ask or the answers they give. But right now, a very interesting thing we're going to do is to play a game.
Yep.
You know, game always bring interesting sides of us.
Yep.
So you're asking yourself what game we're playing. Tongue twister game is the game for today.
Yes.
Do you have any idea what the tongue twister?
I do. So tongue twisters are things that when you say them, you mince your words basically.
Yeah.
Or you mispronounce those words. I remember I spoke about this I think maybe 2 weeks ago or 3 weeks ago, and maybe that's where I got the idea from. But
yeah,
we have 3 statements, right? And each of us is going to say one.
Ooh.
Right? So it's fine. I'll do the first one to give you guys an example, right?
Okay.
I don't know who wants to go second and third.
To read them.
Yes.
Okay.
So you're gonna have to say the statement 5 times.
Oh.
In a row.
Okay, I'm gonna do number 3.
Okay.
I'll do number 3.
And then Afriberry is gonna do 2, right? Okay. So, for example, so this is called alliteration.
Ooh.
So alliteration is also considered a tongue twister of sort.
Yeah.
Right. So I don't know if you remember a couple of not so long ago, man, about 2 weeks ago, I mentioned that we did alliteration back in high school, in primary, and we had to do an alliteration sentence using our own names.
Ooh.
And I came up with the sentence, Moocee makes mini moans mainly in the morning.
Mini, money more, money more.
Yeah, but that's the same word. It has to be multiple words, like with a similar or the same sounding syllable.
Yeah.
Right? Okay, so for example, we go, Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers.
Oh my goodness.
Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers. Peppers pickled of pick a pickled pepper. Okay, let me try one more time. Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers. Peppers pickled of pick a picked Piper Peter.
Yes.
It's not as easy as it sounds, guys. It's actually quite a bit hard. So, okay, I'm going to try it one last time. Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers.
Yeah.
Right? Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers. Peppers pickled of pick a pickled Piper Peter.
Ooh.
Guys, that's a lot. That's a lot. But I tried.
Okay, let's move quickly. And then Afriberry.
I tried.
Number 2.
I am not ready because my tongue is naturally twisted.
We are never ready.
Okay, let's go. So Fuzzy Wuzzy was a baby, bought a bit of butter. Fuzzy Wuzzy was a baby, bought a bit of butter. Fuzzy Wuzzy was a baby, bought a bit of butter. Fuzzy Wuzzy was a baby, bought a bit of butter.
Fuzzy was away. Fuzzy was away. Fuzzy was away. Because now there was he.
Mr. Mo, try you can try yours.
So my statement is she sells seashells by the seashore.
But you have to say
I'm saying like I obviously I'm giving someone like what is it that I'm going to read, right?
No,
because I didn't know.
Hey, you must go into it.
Okay, so this one goes like this, right? She sells seashells by the seashore. She sells seashells by the shore.
Yeah.
She sells seashells by the seashore. She sells seashells by the seashore.
She sells what?
Now you sound Chinese.
She sells what?
She sells seashells by the seashore. She sells seashore by the seashore.
How I learned this one, the one that you just did, it's the same thing, but replacing by with at.
Oh.
So seashells at the seashore. She sells seashells at the seashore. She sells seashells by the seashore. Moocee makes minimum.
Seashells by the seashore.
She sells seashells at the seashore.
Oh my goodness.
You know, I have another one here, but I'm not finding it. This phone of mine is doing.
But I have the one Soto.
Okay. Okay, I see you. Okay. Nice one. So if you have your own, or if you can come up with your own that rhymes with your name. name. Mam Tembi, Nelly Swaz, Zinzi, and everyone else who's watching. I see a couple of you actually hanging out with us this morning. So we want to find out from you, what is a sentence that you can come up with that is of alliteration. So the one that I did was, Peter Piper picked a pick of pickled peppers. Peter Piper picked a pick of pickled peppers. Peter Piper picked a pick of pickled peppers. And then Afriberry's one was, Fuzzy Wuzzy was a bear. Bear bought a bit of butter. Fuzzy Wuzzy was a bear. Bear bought a bit of butter. And then Mo's one was, she sells seashells by the seashore. She sells seashells by the seashore. She sells seashells by the seashore.
The
Very
thing is,
interesting
there's
stuff.
a lot of she.
Yes, and
Shells and shore.
I'm a she. Very, very, very cool stuff. So I have a hot take, guys. I have a very interesting hot take, at least interesting for me, I think. And I hope that you guys will find it intriguing as well. And my hot take this morning, and I want you to be here and connect and won't understand. My hot take, guys, is early mornings are overrated.
What?
Early mornings are overrated.
That's crazy.
I agree.
Guys,
That's
more.
crazy.
Early mornings
I
are
agree.
overrated.
They're not.
Early
Yes, they are.
mornings
No.
are overrated. Guys, like, let me ask you, do you think that, or why do you think that most people in society believe in early mornings? Is it something that you believe in? Is it something that you were taught? Or is it something that was put to us in society by the powers that be?
It was put to us as a society.
Yes.
But for me personally, it's working. And I see that it's not something that is overrated. It's working when you're looking at with the angle of health, aspect.
Okay.
Today, I'm going to be, spending my morning, afternoon, doing certain activities. I'll be up and my brain is functioning, right? It's functioning. And then at night, that's where I need to rest my brain. And when I'm resting my brain, it means in the morning when I wake up fresh. So when it comes to the health aspect and the health benefit, the mornings are very important, not overrated. All of us should respect the morning.
All of us.
All of us should respect the morning.
Okay, let me ask you this. So do you believe that everyone is an early riser and there aren't night owls out there?
Not everyone. And I
But you
believe
said
that
all
they
of
were not
us.
taught.
No, you said all of us.
They were not taught.
No. Everyone in society.
Everyone, yes.
Everyone in society is functioning on the 8-hour rule.
Yep.
8 hours of work.
Yep.
8 hours of sleep. 8 hours of leisure. That makes up 24.
Exactly.
Right? And in society, we are told that we need to wake up in the morning, be productive, go back
Yes.
home, and so they are not.
Wake
they
up with some
are
energy.
honestly night owl at all, because you said.
Bate.
Because you said, and then we're going back to me asking you to take a stance, right?
Yeah.
Have convention in your statement. All of us should. That's what you said.
All of us should.
All of us should.
All of us should.
So there are no night owls.
They've broken the rules. That's the thing. Because the rules are set that all of us should live like this. All of us should wake up in the morning feeling fresh and you get ready for your day ahead of you. But now there are people who chose to break the rules of us waking up in the morning and looking for the day. Someone will say, no, I'm not a morning person.
I'm not.
I'm a night owl.
I am.
Right? I will wake up at 1:00 afternoon or do my things not the way the schedule is meant for people to be like. So I disagree with you when you say mornings are overrated. I feel like more than anything, mornings are very healthy for a human being to function normally.
Me, I agree with you, Mist. They are definitely overrated. Because for me, one thing I found out later on, well, as I keep getting older, is the fact that I struggle with sleeping at night. It's a problem. And I've noticed that it's not only me, it's like a family thing. Even my 2-year-old little brother, he's watching Peppa Pig on the phone. He's not asleep. Where normal with kids are supposed to be asleep. He's awake at that time.
And is that healthy?
It's
No, but that one, I think,
it's not healthy.
You see, for a child, it's slightly different. I would disagree slightly, because he's a child. He doesn't
young.
understand,
The difference.
things, the differences between sleeping and, rather the importance of sleeping at night and resting as much as you can, and things like circadian rhythm, which is something I'll talk about in a second. So in that, I would say the onus is on the parent or the adults in the house to regulate the child's sleeping patterns. Understand? And then once you are old enough to understand what's happening and you understand your rhythm and your sleeping patterns and things of that nature and how you work and all those kinds of things, then you can regulate. Okay, if I sleep at 12, I require about 6 hours of sleep. And then I'll do my things and whatever else. But at a child's level, I don't think we should be letting kids dictate when and how they want to sleep. Like, what do you know?
You see, the problem is that, like him as a normal toddler, we do make sure that he has his afternoon naps, which is basically what kids are also required to do. But the problem is that he would sleep normally, and out of the blue, he's awake. By the time you walk out, you just literally find him sitting there with eyes wide open like nothing happened.
Yeah.
He just wakes up and out of nowhere. So some nights when he can literally sleep throughout the whole night, he won't even wake up. And there's some nights when he stays awake. It's the same as me. There's some nights, fortunately, when I can find a good night's sleep and I sleep and on some nights I could literally get inside the blankets, but then I am tired, but my brain is fully awake and I can't sleep. Since kikene ka 10 or 80 and I'm still awake, only to find sleep at least around 3 or 4. That's when my body starts shutting down or my mind starts shutting down.
More than anything, that's why there's what we call patterns, right? People create their own sleeping patterns.
Definitely.
Because if I'm someone who's not used, sleeping, at night or waking up early in the morning, it means now I am, not wired or conditioned to be in that pattern.
Okay.
And that's why a lot of us, I'm going to go back to our school days. For me to say mornings are not overrated is because of how the system has shaped us to be. There's no work, especially at corporate, there's no work that starts around at 4 o'clock, right?
Okay.
I mean, we do have different shifts, but most of the shifts, they start in the morning. That's why we have a conventional 9 to 5.
Sure.
Right? In the morning, you make sure you wake up and then you prepare yourself for whatever, how your day is going to look like when you go to work. So each and every morning you wake up feeling fresh, your mind is empty, you are ready to tackle a lot of things that will be taking place ahead of you when it comes to your day.
Yes.
So but I want you to get deep into that, because I don't believe that sleep is overrated. Like, I don't.
Early mornings are overrated. Early mornings are overrated. Let me give you some of the things evidences that I've come up with, right?
Yeah.
Is that early mornings are not the productivity miracle they are hyped to be, like you just mentioned.
Yeah.
Not everyone is
5
meant,
a.m. club.
Not everyone
Robin
is meant
Sharma.
to be a 5 a.m. clubber, right? They can actually hurt health, creativity, and focus. Studies have shown that forcing people into early bird or early morning or 5 a.m. schedules often leads to sleep deprivation, stress, lower performance, and these are all compared to working with natural rhythms. Right? The first one is that early mornings are overrated. The 5 a.m. club is a myth dressed up as wisdom. So we have this thing, I wake up in the morning and by 10 o'clock, I'm done with my things. Like, that doesn't make you wise. I'm sorry, calm down. Like,
It just makes you a sufficient person.
Like, I could do the same thing at 10 o'clock. Like, then what? I'm done by 2. Like, what are you talking about?
No.
Like, right? Because we've been told that success lives in the sunrise. But maybe success lives in the rhythm of your body and not the tyranny of the clock. Think about it.
Yeah.
Think about it. There's people who tell you, there's people, guys, like successful individuals who tell you that my morning doesn't start until 10 o'clock, chief.
Until 10.
My morning does not start until 10 o'clock. Why am I waking up while it's still dark and like outside?
I mean, it's your way of kickstarting your
No,
morning.
you see the reason that
Guys,
5 a.m. clubbers, the reason that 5 a.m. clubbers cannot give concrete things is because this is something that has been conditioned in society. It's been conditioned. We've been told that everyone has to wake up in the morning.
Yes,
it doesn't
they have
work
to.
like
AKA
that.
the
Says
earliest
who?
bird
They have
catches
to.
the
Says who?
fattest
Look,
worm.
I mean,
Says
even,
who?
even
Says who?
neuro scientists, they've proven, they've done multiple tests. I mean, we have different states of the brain, right?
Yes.
You have your beta stage, you have
Yes.
your theta stage, and when
Yes.
you look at them, they all have their own categories, and they fall into the categories. Okay, a human being normally, they function because we have the delta. The delta is when you're on a deep sleep.
Okay.
That's when now your brain has rested and now is trying to harvest and process all of the information that you have taken throughout
Okay.
the day, right? And then when it's like that, now you're going to have, a good day. And then we have your theta stage, light sleep, relaxation, and creativity that is happening throughout the day whenever you're doing your daily tasks, right?
Okay.
Alpha, you are calm, you are relaxed, you are mindful. These things are there, like they've shown. It's tests that have been done. It's not to say this is what we say as human beings and then our mornings are overrated. No, it's not like that, because we know you need to have a time for you to have an active thinking, critical thinking, problem solving thinking moment in your life. You can't have that all day. You can't be when every day, every hour you are critical thinking. You can't. You need to be in a certain state for you to function. That's why in the morning you need to be in what you call the delta state, which is you are calm. It's a deep sleep. Get some sleep in the morning because it's at night. Your brain has been functioning. Right now, you can't say you're sleeping while... imagine sleeping in a flat, Kojozi. Like the night, like the day is loud. How do you get sleep then?
I can. What are you talking about? You see the thing. You see the problem. And I knew that this would spark debate, guys. Early risers and the 5 a.m. club, or those who belong to the 5 a.m. club, want to impose this 5 a.m. thing on everyone. And unfortunately, it doesn't work like that. I hear what you're talking about, the stages, and I give you that.
Yeah.
Yes, but it doesn't mean that you are meant to be an early riser. I could have my beta stage or my theta stage at like 3 in the afternoon. What are you talking about?
You're messing it up.
So let me give you, based on what you just said, do you know what the circadian rhythm is?
No.
Okay, let's define the circadian rhythm.
Yeah.
These are 24-hour internal biological clocks that regulate essential functions like sleep, wake cycles, hormone production, and metabolism, right?
Yeah.
Located in the brain's suprachiasmatic nucleus, the SCN, right? This system responds primarily to light, dark cues, optimizing alertness and physical energy throughout the day. It says nothing about your circadian rhythm having to start, because you're saying you have to, and that's where that's where
It's not a must.
That's where the generalizing comes in. That's the dangerous part of generalizing and saying that everyone has to be an early riser, right? So key aspects of the circadian rhythm is the master clock, a cluster of cells in the hypothalamus, called the suprachiasmatic nucleus, acts as the master clock, receiving signals from the eyes about environmental light. You remember when we explored blue light versus yellow light?
Yeah.
In terms of sleeping last year, we spoke about it very, very extensively so, right? There's also the metabolism regulation, the daily rhythms, which include cycles influenced by body temperature, appetite, digestion, and hormone secretion, including cortisol for wakefulness.
Yeah.
Right? So you have to consider all those things. But I'm not done, Chief. There's the myth versus the reality.
Okay.
They say wake up early, conquer the day, prove your discipline, but reality whispers something completely different more. Productivity isn't about the hour, it's about the quality of rest. Sleep scientists tell us that the night owls forced into dawn routines stumble, they have higher stress, lower creativity, weaker focus. And here's the thing: sleep deprivation drains the global economy of billions every year. So maybe the hustle culture is hustling us, my brother. I'm telling you, guys, please come in the chat. Please send your voice notes. Queen, I saw your voice note. We're gonna play it in a second. Guys, early mornings are overrated. The 5 a.m. club is overrated. So let's say we were all the 5 a.m. club. No.
Okay.
No. Let's stretch it.
Yeah.
Let's say every job that entails to society, or plays a role, or has a bearing, or disturbs society, was a 5 a.m. club.
Yeah.
Right? Fixing off streets.
Yes.
Fix them during the
Yes.
Fix the streets.
Exactly. It's possible. It's possible.
But why in most societies, or in quite a number of countries in the world, fixing of infrastructure is done at night?
Because most people are sleeping.
We have said, we have said in terms of how our country, or how the whole environment should be awake and asleep. There are countries that have like a 24-hour economy that is running throughout, right? And they have found ways. It's not to say it's impossible. Chief, you can't fix the road while I'm working on it. No, it's not like that. Obviously, there are times where we'll say, okay, at this particular time, the road will be fixed. So there is an alternative road that you can use. It's not like we are limited to one.
So why are we having to find alternatives if there's a simple solution?
What is the simple solution?
You fix it when people are not making use of it.
No, you
fix it when people are not making use of it.
Create alternatives so that in the future.
Why do we need to create alternatives?
We need to have alternatives.
If there's a simple solution.
Whether we are not people who are not waking up early. We need alternatives.
Here's an example. So 5 a.m. in the morning, you need to go to work. Your car is parked in the garage. Mara. The bees are working on the road. So how do you exit so that you can go to work? Because at that moment, remember that the gravel is still wet. They just placed it. It's not even leveled out first. So how do you leave for work?
Look, we cannot sit here and discuss ngare we are kids, right? Because an engineer, someone who went to school, will understand hore this is being used, right? And while it's being used, I think for some time I will leave it there and focus on where most of the activities are not happening, so that we know that portion is not even going to take us 2 days. It's going to take us a day to fix it, because someone who used it is at work or doing whatever that they're doing. So if we wake up early in the morning while people are waking, at 12 o'clock, we are all at work right now. Right now, we are seated right now. The people, like these guys, can start waking. Engineers can go out, they start waking, because now our brain are functioning in that level.
So
where now you are sleeping, you want to busy move around.
So they make noise. Really more officing. No, chief, no.
No, we have soundproof.
Let me.
We have soundproof.
Which
let me give you a few things, a few extra things, right? There is the biological identity. The reason that the 5 a.m. club doesn't work for everyone is due to chronotypes. This is the genetic classification of when your body naturally wants to sleep. There are the early birds. Their circadian rhythm peaks very early. There are Moocee, the night owls. Their rhythm is shifted late. But there's also the forcing an owl to wake up early 5 a.m. causes social jet lag. Their body is biologically in sleep mode while their alarm is screaming, leading to the stumble of lower creativity mentioned earlier. The lacks or the downs of forcing night owls into the 5 a.m. club.
Yeah.
Right? There's also the cortisol dance versus the adenosine. Right?
Chemicals. Yeah.
The circadian rhythm regulates two major tides in the body. Sleep pressure. This builds up the longer we stay awake. The alertness signal, which is the cortisol, right?
Yeah.
Usually the body releases a spike of cortisol right before we wake up to get us moving.
Survival mode.
Why are we surviving? Why are we surviving?
I like you mentioned that, because I like to study the brain, right?
Yes.
Because the brain includes a lot of things, which is there is the mechanism and the modulation of how the brain works, right?
Sure.
And we know that brain states are responsible for the neurotransmitters, your electric rhythm,
Sure.
how you move,
Sure.
the chemicals that it releases based on the state you're
excretes,
on. Understand?
Yes.
So when you wake up in the morning, that's when your brain releases the chemicals to let and alert you.
But that's a natural thing, I get.
Yes.
And the body does that naturally.
Yes.
And so if my body does or goes through that process at like 10 in the morning, then why should I force my body to wake up at 5 in the morning?
No, fix your sleeping pattern.
No, it's the natural. Because why you heard what I just said. It's the body's natural way to regulate sleeping and the three types that you mentioned.
Exactly.
Beta, theta, and
delta.
And delta.
Yeah.
So my natural state says, I get my delta at 5 when you wake up. So what are we doing?
That's not a natural
What
state.
it is, though.
That's
Do you see how you guys in the 5 a.m. club try to impose that mentality?
What Napoleon Hill said, and I like this. He said, you're not born that way. You're conditioned to be.
You are conditioned to believe that you are a 5 a.m. club.
No.
You have been conditioned. I've broken away.
Okay. How many people wake up in the morning?
A lot, because you've been
Majority of the
conditioned.
people.
Yes, it's a conditioning.
And it's natural.
It's not natural, it's a conditioning.
natural.
Do you know
It's
that
a
there was
must.
Do you know that there was something called knocker uppers?
No, I don't know.
Back in the day, before clocks were invented. So knocker uppers, they were very popular in Britain, right? And these were people who would wake up, people who had jobs that required them to wake up very early.
Yeah.
So they would come to your window. So think of it as the phone call you get at hotels. You know
Okay,
that
yeah,
Mr. MaiMai,
Yeah.
it's time for you to wake up now. Your day is about to start. So those were knocker uppers. So they would come to your window and knock.
Yeah.
And then they got obsolete because alarm clocks were introduced later in life, right? But the reason that those people it was a job for them and they got paid. The reason was because the circumstance around that era had people who had to work early. But not everyone was meant to be an early riser, because not every job requires one to wake up at 5.
Shifts. Yeah.
Do you get what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
And so by virtue of that, and the reason that we found those jobs, this one actually works better when we started at 3 in the afternoon, is because naturally, we are not the same biologically. Do you disagree?
Yes.
So we're the same biologically.
We are the same.
Everyone.
Let me give you something that you didn't even try to look. Right? Look. Whatever job that you're doing, it's a system the system has produced that job for you to work.
Sure.
Right? Let's take away the system now and say a normal human being. Let's go back in the what do you call these days? Medieval days, right? Even the hunting and the discovering ages, right? So they knew, we have to wake up in the morning, we hunt so that we can eat and sleep with our full bellies.
Sure.
Right? So when you go back in those times, you're going to understand, that's how biology works. When you study animals, do animals, sleep around at 2 a.m.? It's because of the state, and then going back to the state of entropy, to say the natural state.
Yes.
If now I have to wake up at this time, because Rabona, now I have to go hunt.
Okay.
And what time can I go hunt? I cannot go hunt when is my time to sleep.
Okay.
Right? Because you know that those animals who are being hunted, I'm a predator, I hunt the prey, and the prey are available afternoon.
Okay.
That's when now the system comes in. Now you're getting your prey around this time. That's 2, you're at work, and then the conditioning
if I'm hunting
comes
at 2,
in there.
why am I up at 5?
Why are you sleeping at the time of hunting?
No, but my hunting is at 2 in the afternoon again.
Yeah.
Why am I waking up at 5?
You're setting up your day.
No, Chief.
Fella, you have to have options.
I slept having already prepared my things.
If
why am I waking up at 5?
If you fail, you're going to suffer. Because
but
if
why
I have
am I
options,
waking up at 5?
You are setting up your
7,
day.
8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 1, 2, 5.
You are setting up your day.
9 hours ahead.
Your day doesn't necessarily
9
always have to
hours.
start at 5, Mo.
It has to. It
It's
has to because it
different.
gives you a leeway. Okay, if this does not happen, what is it that I'm going to do? Because there are people who
I have
cannot.
alternatives. I don't know what alternatives. I have alternatives.
What alternatives are those?
I'll come up with them. I can remember you said you have alternatives. But you see
What
where the danger of generalizing is. But before we close off this conversation, because we have to dive into something else, right? There's also the cultural critique in South Africa. We glorify the grind. Up before dawn, chasing the hustle, wearing exhaustion as a badge of honor. But history tells us another story. Einstein, Picasso, Winston Churchill, all these people, like great people in history, or people who've done greater stuff. All these people that I just mentioned, guess what? They were all night owls. All of them were night owls. Their brilliance bloomed in the late hours. Creativity often peaks when the world is quiet, not when the alarm screams. So why do we shame those who thrive at night? Moocee. Perhaps the 5 a.m. club is less about science and more about flexing discipline for applause. So you guys wear this badge of honor. Yeah, I wake up at 5.
The other 5 a.m.
Mina, by
club.
10 a.m. I'm done. Chief, it means nothing.
It does.
I can do the same thing and be done by 2. Like, what are you
does.
talking about?
It
Right?
does.
So the danger is that cutting sleep for early mornings isn't noble. It's reckless. Sleep deprivation raises risks of heart disease,
Yes.
depression, and accidents. Driving tired is as dangerous as driving drunk. And connectively, lack of sleep slows reaction times, clouds judgment, and dulls imagination. The real productivity hack isn't waking up early. It's honoring the body with 7 to 9 hours of sleep.
rest.
Yep.
Sleep is a superpower.
If I want to sleep at 12, allow me. And I will wake
Let
up
me
at
be.
8.
If the environment doesn't allow you, when are you want to sleep when you have to go and fetch your child at school?
No.
Can you? You can't.
No.
You can't. The kids are here. They want to play. When are you want to
Hey,
sleep?
let them play. I'm
no,
sleeping.
Dad, wake up. Mom, wake up. We want to play.
No.
No.
Dlalambana,
Ah,
dlalangwa.
so
They can play. I can. There's a reason why I get toys.
But now, obviously, we know that each and every child, whenever they're playing, there's a time whereby they go to their mom and dad. We cannot take that away. Like, there's no child who spend like 7 to 6 hours without even going or bickering at their parent. There's no way. We have seen it. So if the environment allows you, yes, do it. It's fine. But now, do not now take away or starve the kids your attention because of
You are
when.
talking about exceptional cases. Okay, what if I don't have kids?
Yeah.
What if I don't have kids?
I mean, when you sleep, your friends come in and knock. Hey, Baba,
No.
why are you sleeping, Baba?
Why are your
Let's
friends?
go,
Why are your
Baba.
friends randomly coming at your house, fella?
Because it's
Do you
not
not have
the
a
time
life?
to sleep.
It is for me.
It's
it
not
is.
the time to sleep.
I work at the mine during the day. I go underground at 9 a.m. in the morning, and I come out at 5 in the afternoon. So allow me. I'm sleeping. No. Won't understand. But here's the truth. The truth is that early mornings aren't the golden ticket. The real flex is waking up well rested. Success isn't about the hour that you go to sleep at. It's all about the energy you carry when you rise. So talk to me. Are you an early riser? Do you believe or do you agree with my hot take that early mornings are overrated? Do you feel sharper at 5 a.m. as opposed to 9 p.m.? Are we glorifying the wrong thing? That's the question that I'm posing to you. Use the number 060-493-3226. That's 060-493-3226. We're 20 minutes shy of the hour 10 o'clock, and we're going to call it a morning. In the last 20 minutes, there's something else that we want to discuss. So we'd absolutely love your input. Don't go anywhere. Stay right here. Don't change the dial. We're going to grab a glass of water, rehydrate. We'll see each other on the flip side.
I get it. I guess I get it now. Life is taking enough from me. Think I just need security. Yeah. So crazy how anything can happen. Hedging my bets so desperately. building sand castles on the calm seas, looking for a guarantee. Can't get out my own way, I'm playing it safe. I'm holding so tight and choking my grace, leaving no room for mistakes. It's the illusion of control. Can't take it with you when you go. And holding on won't help it grow. Can't take it with you when you go. Might as well learn to lose control. The sun rises and it sets every day without my help. I can just rest assured.
And of course, we're still giving you the great sounds just to kickstart this beautiful morning of yours. And of course, the great weekend that is ahead of us. It is 18 minutes till we hit 10 o'clock on the dot. And we received a voice note from Queen, the Empowerer. So let us hear what Queen had to say when she shared her thoughts with us.
Happy Friday, Vooka Nation! Your invisible co-host here, Queen the Empowerer. Just to answer your questions, I prefer answers more than questions because I feel like answers determine your reactions and your reactions determine your character, right? While questions are open to interpretations and most questions are like standard, it's like 3 words or 4 words and they are general most of the time. But where answers are constant, we get to investigate your IQ, your emotional intelligence, and we get to kind of understand your motives from your answers. So yeah, I'm definitely going with answers. Enjoy your weekend.
Answers more than anything. Impendulo.
Very interesting. Very
Understand
interesting. So
that?
it seems like quite a few people are leaning on answers a bit more.
More than anything.
More than questions. It's very interesting, man. Yeah.
Answers are the window to your soul.
Absolutely.
Right? And there's this guy, man, who I believe because now people are starting to become more open and you become to be open with personal things, with people who are not even that important in your life. So you shouldn't be vulnerable to people that you are not even ready to spend your rest of the life with. Right? Yeah, it's like don't ask me to be vulnerable if you're not going to marry me. Don't.
We'll talk about that, man.
Interesting. But now another conversation that we are getting into is very interesting. A discussion that includes everyone. I mean, all of us right here, we do have smartphones or we do have devices where we talk with people, in general from day to day, right? We're going to talk about the unspoken pressure of instant replies, right? And one of the things is that there are people who will go, terrified with their day because of the pressure of instant replies, right? So the blue tick terror, some of us have been blue ticked in our lives and we have felt, is this person not interested? Is this person doesn't want to talk to me and things like that? So let's talk about the most stressful color in the world, which is blue. You send a message, you see those 2 little ticks change color and then nothing. The 3 dots appear, they disappear and suddenly your heart rate is climbing. You are checking the last scene. You are wondering if you said something wrong, if they're just ignoring you. When did we decide that an instant reply is the only way to show respect? Today, that is what we are unpacking right here on the table and with you. Share your thoughts and your answers by using the hashtag Vooka Breakfast Show or send your voice note like Queen on 0604933226. Is your phone a tool for connection or a leash for your peace of mind? Let's talk about it right now because I just love the friendship that I have with my friend. Because these things they reveal they reveal themselves, right? Yesterday I was left on blue tick and my instincts quickly jumped and said, no, text this person again because it feels like there's something wrong. And only to find out, yes, I said something that didn't sit well with them. And you learn that that's how people communicate. Thank you so much to WhatsApp. Thank you so much. This was the most beautiful invention. Yeah,
by keeping quiet, you're communicating.
You're communicating, right? And then you have to ask, what is wrong? And then the person is going to come and say, no, you said this and this and this. I didn't like it. And then you guys go on and talk about it, right? Which is very interesting. I don't know, what is your take when it comes to this one?
My hot take is that blue ticks are overrated. I'm sorry. My hot take is that blue ticks are overrated.
They're proper communication.
They're not, guys. We are adults here. We need to communicate. Look, I understand the employing silence as a tool to relay a message, right? But now, like, guys, I'm such a bad texter. I'm bad at WhatsApping. And so blue ticks for me don't really have... I get irritated when I see it, but whatever, people are busy with their lives. That's the thing. And the reason I don't impose that mindset on other people is that I myself can go hours having left my phone.
Yeah.
I can. Oh, my phone is in the charger, and I would leave the studio, come back after like 3 hours, and someone would have texted me, expecting to get an instant reply, and so I don't expect that of people, because I myself don't employ that. And I think it's slightly unfair for people who do that. You want instant replies, but when you're not an instant reply. Do you get what I'm trying to say? So what does get me is great take. Yo, guys, great take.
Was I responding?
Like, online. It means you are actively not going into my chat. Actively so, you're not going into my chat. Do you get what I'm trying to say? That is where it gets me. Blue tick, you saw my message, it means you are ignoring me. Or you can't, one of two, it means you're ignoring me, or you can't respond to me at the time. Right? Whether or not I'm expecting a response now, but it's, at least for me, I think it's one of these two. There could be multiple other reasons, but I think it's one of these two. You're either actively ignoring me, or you can't respond at the time. Mara critic or update your status. I sent you a message, you update your status, and you are online and you are not going into my chat.
Mara critic does that thing. If you remember WhatsApp, when it like go to like your GB and whatever, it had the option where you can literally go from blue text to grey text.
I understand.
Where you can even read the message and a note. And I think that one is the one that's even much more harder.
But you can see.
Read.
You can
and then
see
go info.
Yes,
and then you can see that they read.
And then I want to
like,
what are you doing?
I mean, it's quite simple. As much as we're saying these things, they're teaching people because it's straightforward. This is a messaging app. When somebody sends you a message, it means you need to respond to the message, whether you like it or not. If you don't like the message, just respond. I don't like talking to you. I don't like the things that you're asking me, so that we can be straightforward with each other. But the context of this whole discussion is that it also involves the always on anxiety people state. These ones, they're in the middle of a peaceful lunch, or maybe they are in the finally catching that Sunday nap, and then a message comes in, right? If it's you, you're going to feel a phantom itch to check it, even though you are exhausted. In 2026, we are living through digital asynchrony, right? A 2025 survey found that 65% of adults feel a physical sense of pressure to reply immediately, regardless of what they are doing. We've been conditioned to treat every notification like an emergency. We aren't just communicating anymore. We are performing availability as if our value is measured by response time.
Definitely,
right?
I agree.
Yeah. And then, of course, there is the respect versus the reachability. Right? But here's the tension when it comes to this thing. We love it when people reply fast. It makes us feel like the main character in their life, but we hate the pressure when the roles are reversed. The respect argument, right? An instant reply shows you are a priority. It says, I value your time. The boundary argument says true respect is allowing someone to have a life outside of their screen.
Absolutely.
And the contrast is sharp. Are we building deeper relationships, or are we just creating a culture of hyper accessibility where nobody has the right to be unavailable without feeling guilty? That's hence I spoke about the way we are so available to each other nowadays. It's so abnormal. Like, people need to have that time to themselves. It doesn't mean each and every time when I see a notification, I need to attend to the notification. No, I'm having my time right now. Yes, my Wi-Fi, my data is open. You can see already message there again. It's 2 ticks. Fine. But it doesn't mean I'm not acknowledging it. Now I have to panic now.
Because what you're talking about is actually something that happened to me yesterday live on the show.
Yeah.
So I told this person, I'm like, just because I'm online does not mean I'm available.
Definitely.
I am currently busy.
Yeah.
This person called me live on the show. He kept on calling. I just had to keep on denying. And after that, I told him off and it's like, now you're being rude. Garavela, I have each and every single right to be rude because you're doing something that I told you not to do, especially during this certain specific of time. Because at that moment, I can't take your calls and there's nothing I cannot do. And you cannot talk bomb. When I told you specifically, during 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, I am unavailable even though I'm online. After a certain amount of time, I will answer you. People just feel too entitled sometimes.
Yeah, it's entitlement and expectancy.
More than anything.
Yeah, no, man. You can't expect people to treat you the way you treat them, unfortunately, because people don't think like you. And that's the sad truth, unfortunately, that we have to face. You are going to give your entire arm. Someone is going to give you a small piece of their pinky. It's just the way it is. The world functions like that. People are different. People are different, and we have to be able to get to a point where we are able to adjust.
Yeah.
But at least that's what I think.
Yeah, and of course we do have some different perspectives. You can let us know which camp do you fall in, right? We have the reply personas right here, and it's going to talk to you in terms of, okay, this one speaks to me. The first one is the instant responder, which is I am here for you. They reply before you've even put your phone down. They value presence over peace. They hate the blue tick silence because why? You have read it and you could have just responded to that message. I mean, sometimes it happens, I'm cooking and then I read your message, then something happens to my pot, then I leave the phone right there, and then now you are starting to have scenarios in your mind, right? And then we have the strategic delayer. Don't look too eager. They wait exactly 17 minutes to reply so that they don't seem desperate, and they treat silence as a social performance. Hey, what are people doing?
17 minutes.
The last one, we have the Vooka boundaries. Quality over quickness. They reply when they have emotional bandwidth. They value sincerity over seconds. Sometimes the setting, it's at night, the conversation that we are having, it requires us, to be in that level. Because if you take time now, you're going to have...
The moment dies down. But I'm the boundarist.
Yeah.
I answer based on the value,
and not horror. You have to,
because we're not
for the sake of answering.
Man, I'm not gonna jump at every time my phone vibrates or my phone rings. Or this is text. This is solely for text. But when my phone rings, 99% out of 100, I'm picking up my phone. This thing of I'm sorry,
I don't.
It's a conditioning that has been put into society. Why aren't you texting me? Why are you calling me? Guys, but these things were built for calls. Like texting is convenience, but we'll have that conversation, I think, as well. Maybe we'll connect it on Monday. But yeah. I'm that, man. You can't be having full access to me like that. I have 2 numbers. For the most part, since I've ever had a phone, more life again, I've had a phone for a long time. Close to 19 years actually this year, since the first time I got my first phone.
Kunja, how old are you this year?
I'm 26, so it's been 19 years. I got a phone when I was 5.
Makes sense.
But I've always had more than one number.
Yeah.
And not everyone has both my numbers.
Yeah.
Not everyone has both my numbers. And if I'm not available or if you're not getting me for a reason.
Yeah.
Get busy or something, even if I'm sitting, if my phone is ringing and I'm not responding, or if my phone is vibrating and I'm not responding, it's because of reason, Mr. Mo.
Yeah, on this 5 minutes that we left with, of course, wrapping up this conversation, reclaiming the right to be offline. At its core, the pressure of the instant reply is a symptom of a world that has forgotten how to be still. We've confused accessibility with intimacy. The value lies in setting your own unwritten rules for your digital life. Real respect isn't measured by the speed of fiber optic cable. It's measured by the depth of a conversation when you actually have it with someone. A late reply with full heart is worth more than a fast reply with empty head.
Absolutely, I agree completely.
Right? And also have the left on red confessional, right? I mean, being honest, for some of the people, when you ask the question, are you a reply in seconds person, or are you the one who leaves people on red for 3 business days? Ooh, that's hectic. And how does it make you feel when someone does it back to you immediately? I mean, do you start overthinking, or do you even give them the main character space they need? Let us know right there on the comment section. Even the conversation continues on all our social media platforms. But as we concluded, silence is a luxury. That's something you need to know. In 2026, the greatest flex isn't being always available, it's being present in the room you are actually standing in. Don't let your phone dictate your worth. If you are the one waiting, give them space. If you are the one being waited on, take your time. Friendship isn't a race, it's a rhythm. So on this beautiful Friday, you need to put your phone down for 10 minutes, breathe, and remember that the world won't end if those ticks stay blue for a little while.
Yeah,
that's a very good discussion that we had with you right here on the Vooka Breakfast Show.
You know what's maybe not interesting, but interesting, I guess, for lack of a better word, is that those of us who are bad at texting, 3 days later, I know it's a bit too late, and now I'm seeing your message. Yo, I didn't answer, and now it's late. I know, how do I get back to this person? You know, and you probably were wanting to talk about something in that moment, and now the moment has completely passed. It's died down, but it's tricky, man. It's tricky. But I think having too much access, there's a danger to it as well. So
yeah, it does.
But don't text looking, Mara. Have you eaten? Well, I appreciate it, and it's a great. Like, I'm making an example. No, I'm making an example. Okay. Not that message irritates me, but there's those little ones who are like, why are you texting me this, bro? Like, you know those people who send memes. You know, but yeah, man.
Yeah, very interesting. On the 3 minutes that we left with, any plans for the weekend? Only one you know that is growing up, because tomorrow is my friend's birthday, Tumelo. #Gamzo.
All right. Hey,
yes, Tumza is growing up tomorrow, right? And yeah, we're going to be celebrating his birthday on a Sunday.
Cultway
is the way. So that is how I'm going to spend my weekend, celebrating my friends. He is growing up, and I hope that is going to be a nice day. I know it is going to be a nice day, but yeah, you can let us know what are your plans for the weekend.
Yeah, man, as you're celebrating your friend tomorrow, there's also an old high school / primary friend of mine. It's a birthday tomorrow. She's turning 30. So happy birthday to Lesego Madimabi. Wishing you all the best, girl. And it's also my little brother's birthday. Oh no, my other brother. Sorry, I have too many siblings. My other brother's birthday, and he's turning 21 if I'm correct. So happy birthday to Anzani out there in Limpopo, bro. May the floods never catch you. Stay alive. I love you forever, bro.
Yeah.
For myself, I made plans. I'll tell you on Monday. One key again.
Okay.
But maybe on Sunday we might bump into each other. We'll talk. We'll see what we can put together. But yeah, man. With about 30 seconds remaining, it's been an amazing, great morning, and we've loved your interaction. And the conversation does not end here. It also continues on our social streets. Use the hashtag Vooka Breakfast Show. You can also make use of the number 0604933226. From myself, the one and only MOOCEE Mist. I've loved being with you the entire week, and of course on this Friday morning. Until Monday morning, and God willing, we can see each other. Stay safe, stay cautious, and enjoy the rest of your weekend.
I remember when I